How's it look, John?
Yeah, it's getting there.
Get there faster.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to BrainScratch Comms. Ask, we answer. Yay!
Except we're gonna make you talk first.
Okay. So if you remember last year, we surprised you all with a little video of a small, obscure game called Cory in the House for the Nintendo DS.
That shit's a fucking masterpiece.
The greatest animu of all time. So it seemed to go over pretty well, so we have something similar going on here. We have a little video that we want to show you, but we have to admit something. We kind of stole it a little bit.
I mean, ultimately, we know what everyone kind of watches as far as our main kind of popular videos go, and since he was just revealed a few weeks ago.
Yeah, can we get visual on the projector, by the way, for the computer? Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, so like a week or two ago, we have reveal of the Sonic Forces custom characters. And so we got some brand new footage of that mode that we would like to show for you guys.
I mean, ultimately we did have to steal it from Sega, but after all, what could possibly go wrong? Alright, first up at the microphone.
I'm not getting any accolades.
Wait, I can ask a question, right?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Go right ahead.
I didn't.
The video's starting. You're a terrible BrainScratch commentator.
And speak into the mic.
Speak into the mic.
Well, I was gonna ask, since the custom characters were revealed, what do you all plan to make?
Bubsy 3D, which is what you should be commentating on. That's the point of this part of the video. You can't avoid your responsibilities.
Well, I can see right now this cutscene looks like a piece of shit.
Okay, that's great. You're getting your check in the mail. Sit down.
By the way, the answer is science. We're going to make science.
A general emergency has been called by the woolly military. As you may already know, a great catastrophe
I know,
has befallen us that
it leaves you
threatens to destroy
speechless,
our
obviously.
very woolly way of life.
I actually made better stuff this time of all this class.
Bubsy Bobcat is on Rion.
This is sad.
Okay, then.
Okay.
What is this?
It's a mess of blocks flailing around.
I can see that, but what is it?
Calm down.
These are iconic character designs, John. What are you talking about?
The answer to that one is also science.
Well, that's a bit of a
Clearly.
Here's the
What do you have to say?
approved for public discussion by the royal
Kiss the mic.
Kiss the mic.
What the hell hired these voices for these? They are annoying as shit. Who could possibly hire these people?
I don't know!
Now,
I don't know what you guys are talking about. These things are beautiful. These are beautiful, precious characters, and they should be worshipped because, oh my god.
Yeah, this cutscene is literally like 5 minutes.
Yeah, so since we actually wanted quotation marks to show off the gameplay, we sped it up.
Wow, they really went all out.
Somehow they become you can understand them better when it's sped up somehow.
Somehow. No, actually, no, that's still pretty shit. There he is!
was it something I said? What could possibly go wrong?
He's in the line!
And that is not Rob Paulson, so...
No, it's not Rob Paulson.
No, I actually know who it is. I'm gonna, or if you don't mind, or if he doesn't mind, fun fact. Did you know that the voice of Bubsy in Bubsy 3D is also the voice of Rouge the Bat in Sonic Adventure 2?
What?
What?
It's true. Lanny Manila is the voice of Bubsy in Bubsy 3D. I'm not joking.
What the fuck?
I know, right?
So that's why he's the custom character in Sonic Forces.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
5 minutes should be plenty. What could possibly go wrong?
Actually, I think Lanny Manila voices every character in Bubsy 3D, not just Bubsy himself.
No, it's pretty abysmal. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That's little tidbit.
Excuse me, what kind of sick acrobatic move did Bubsy just pull?
That's called falling off the edge, Lewis.
No, but I've never seen someone jump backward diagonally. Sorry, just
What's up,
had to
man?
point that out.
So between last night's Super Ninja Batman and Bubsy, Sonic Force is looking real great right now.
It's game of the year for the next 3 years.
Notice how it took him 3 tries to jump onto the... Do those things have a name? I don't know.
Oh god, Super Mario 64 Edition in its grave right now.
Now you see, Bubsy 3D is clearly a more well-programmed game than Super Mario 64. Because can you travel to alternate dimensions in Bubsy 3D? I don't think so. Best game of all time.
This is clearly Game of the Year every year, 20 years in a row.
Yeah, damn right. Worthy of multiple Gold X awards.
There should be enough
Which, by the way, is total bullshit. If you ever look at the cover of Bubsy 3D and it says winner of like a Gold X award, it's total bullshit. That was made up on the fly.
There's enough to kill a man with a mug.
The game some sort of prominence, I guess.
Please, kill someone with a mug for this.
Okay, you do it.
Have fun in jail.
Yeah, go have fun with the murder charge.
So looking at this footage,
Kiss the mic.
I just gotta know who lost a bet.
John.
Yeah, you guys, obviously.
Because he was the only one who actually owned the game, so.
I did play it though, while we were
Quote unquote play.
No, I did. I almost beat the first level.
Almost.
Must be the first level.
Yeah, I'm actually better at it than John, because I was able to jump on these 3 guys in a row on my first try. Yeah. So,
congratulations.
I'm honestly not sure how.
So Ted, the one game you should speedrun is this one.
40 minutes, yeah, sure, I'll do it, never.
So going back to the whole thing of the voice actor, if I remember correctly, the voice of Bubsy is also the voice of Sindel in the current Mortal Kombat games.
The current Mortal Kombat game?
Yes.
That's a really and she like speaks and screams because she has flashbacks to her voice recording in this game. So
Post-traumatic Bubsy disorder.
That's pretty appropriate. Yeah, that's good job.
So if Bubsy was in Mortal Kombat and his head and arms and limbs were ripped off and his bones were broken in bloody, brutal ways, that would, I think, somehow be not cruel enough to this guy. He deserves worse.
Oh my god.
I think the real question is how will everybody at PETA react to that negativity comment that you just made?
Who cares?
Exactly.
So the fun fact from earlier, am I the only one now?
Hold on. Fun.
Oh, seizure alert. Everybody look away. Oh, it's gone.
Anyway, though, with that fun fact, am I the only one who's no longer questioning his weird attraction to Bubsy?
Wait, one more time? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Get closer to the mic.
Am I the only one no longer questioning his attraction to Bubsy?
No, it's still you.
I mean, I do like pussy, but not like that.
I have to wonder. At the end of your animation course, could you make something better than this?
I think anybody who even...
Anybody could. In fact, you're doing it right now. By doing absolutely nothing. Which is better than this.
It's better than nothing.
It is better. No, it's my number 9, you idiot. Hey, how's it going, man?
What god did you literally piss off to bring us this game?
Bubsy 3D is actually proof that God does not exist.
God is dead. I think it's one of the hidden levels in this game if you look hard enough.
Go back in the middle.
This game has to load for loading levels. This is stupid as shit.
Hold on. Sorry, I'll get that later in a future video.
Claustrophobic.
I get it. I don't get it.
How's it going, man? It's okay, it's only Bubsy, you don't have to be embarrassed.
I mean, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. I mean, just a cat jumping on the screen with all it's gonna see is like turn my eyes off, but I mean, it's Bubsy.
Yeah, exactly. Tear your eyes up, but maybe.
embarrassed just watching this.
Don't be. Everyone experiments at some point in their life.
No kink shame in here.
Oh my god, what happened? What is this soundtrack? And what is this? Who made this? The London Symphony Arm Farters?
Yeah!
There's literally farts all over the game! How has that happened?
Basically, well, actually, it's kind of it's dynamics. To answer that question seriously, which is probably the biggest joke here in this entire panel, the sound design is actually kind of dynamic. The drum tracks are added whenever you're close to a woolly. So it's kind of a makeshift enemy detector. If you hear it, that means there's an enemy near you, and you should probably watch out. Although by the time you notice that there's an enemy near you, you probably already got hit like 3 times.
You clearly weren't watching out.
You can literally just like add Bubsy or like anything farting at each other and then make the game more difficult or more easier.
Because farts are funny.
Exactly.
Okay, can I ask a question? Is that his invincibility frames?
Yes.
It's an actual shield that materializes? Okay.
I must ask, what the heck did they do to Green Hill Zone?
They made something.
Not enough, apparently.
Well, no, we told you guys it's a Sonic Forces footage. Green Hill Zone.
Green Hill Zone,
May not look exactly what you remembered it to be, but I assure you, it's certainly green.
No, the hills are blue. I see the hills, and they're blue.
Hilltop then.
Yeah, Hilltop.
No, it should be called Green Polygons.
I think Bubsy's trying to kill us.
Fly, Bubsy, fly! Or not, whatever.
Bubsy, I can kill myself. You don't need to do it for me.
Make it Green Polygon Zone.
Thank Christ it's over.
Whatever.
Anyway, next up on the mic. Next up on the mic.
Hi, Sora.
Hi, Sora. How's it going, man?
Alright,
So shouldn't you be like sealing keyholes? What the hell are you doing here in Bubsy? This is
I tried
why
to seal
Riku's
the
the better
keyhole,
character.
but it was
This is why
already-
Riku's the
How
more
many
interesting
games
character
has
you realize,
Vincent Sora's
right?
actually done his job?
Say what?
How many games has Vincent Sora actually did his job?
Well,
Well, no, he actually does do his job. It's just that he gets become more and more an emotional train wreck as the series continues.
This marathon's gonna be a fun one.
Yes, it is.
So what do you have to say?
So, Waluigi, how's the game design business going for you?
So I heard a buzzing earlier, and I couldn't help but think of the actual live stream for last year for the Sonic's 25th anniversary stream, and I'm surprised there was no Totinos. I got nothing.
Wait, you talking about stuff not your Totinos?
And the buzzing from earlier.
And the buzz from earlier.
it was-
The Sonic 25th anniversary.
Yeah, I heard buzzing on the soundtrack, and I wasn't sure if it was the scratch.
Dude, you're like making out with my camera with how close you are to the lens. I didn't say stop.
So now we're in Yellow Hill Zone. And you just died.
You see, that was actually John's fault.
Let's talk about what this game considers a death plane. Like, besides skipping your jump, which is incredibly fucking easy to do with how the camera automatically shifts towards the ground. If you... Did I pause the game there for a second? I don't know what how
You paused.
Pause the game, I'm sorry. It's funny. But, if you so much as walk off of a platform that's hanging in midair, it counts as you falling to your death. Like, you cannot fall off the ledge and catch yourself just to, save yourself. It will automatically count as you dying. That's how...
You see, at that point, I'm pretty sure we actually showed in the video in a moment, but they do the comical Wile E. Coyote, he stands in midair before he dies thing, but it feels more like the game's just taunting you, which it is, to be fair.
So what's up on the mic?
So with the monotony of the
Kiss
level, so all these levels looking similar, it's kind of like Seinfeld. How the hell do we know when it ends?
It ends when you just turn the system off.
Yeah, it ends when you turn it off. Which could be the same, could be set for Seinfeld, to be honest, What's going on, Nash? I don't think you can catch this thing. No, actually, catch it, and get rid of it. Don't throw your Pikachu, throw a ball.
I don't have a ball.
What kind of Pokemon trainer are you?
So the question is the Bubsy 3D to the PlayStation what Superman 64 was to the N64?
More or less, yeah. Actually.
Yeah, I would say they're about the equal level of infamy for different reasons, mind you, but yeah, it's actually a good comparison. But you don't see, actually, no, I guess Bubsy 3D would be better. You don't see Superman 64 winning any Gold X awards.
To be fair, we did have more fun with Superman 64's multiplayer.
I suppose. Well, I think Herpes is more fun than Bubsy 3D. Not that I know that.
I just got off the phone with somebody who I can only refer to as Louis Cypher. He would like to say, please stop attributing him to the creation of this game. He had no part in it.
Okay. Louis Cypher.
So between Rascal and...
Check that shit. Look at that shit. I just walked off of the ledge for a second and Catman's dying. What kind of shit is that? At least Mario 64 lets you grab the ledge if you make a dumbass mistake. I know. Watch my Let's Play next year.
Things John did wrong, number 58.
I thought it was like 58,000 at this point.
No, we're just at number 58 of this playthrough.
So yeah, number 1 was putting Bubsy 3D into the system.
Number 2 is turning the system on.
Yeah. Up on a mic.
So between Rascal and Bubsy 3D, which one do you prefer, Johnny?
Oh God. What was that? I couldn't hear you.
Between Rascal and Bubsy 3D, which one do you prefer?
Neither.
Neither.
I don't even know people asking me that. It's like, we play this or this. Neither. Because like, it's a smart answer. Like, what? Force me to put a gun to my head? No, I'm not playing either game.
Then you're dead.
Yeah. Okay, probably. No, it's empty. Don't worry about it.
Hello.
I've never heard of Bubsy, and I can say now I'm
Get
happy
out.
I never did.
Get out while you still can. Nah,
I think that's
it's too
too
late.
late.
Right? You're probably tainted.
Why is he collecting atoms?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I don't know if this is just some sort of sick coincidence, but I also managed to snag the original Bubsy, and now you're playing Bubsy 3D.
Why did you buy the original Bubsy?
Because it was cheap.
It was cheap?
Yeah, but you could have
So if I were to literally take a shit in my hand and give it to you, and sold it to you for $5, you'd buy it because it was cheap? You're weird. I like you. Sit down.
You're funny. I'll kill you last.
This is also like the 6th time John has died at this one.
Oh no, I suck at Bubsy 3D.
No one saw that coming. Will not leave you alone. Actually, a question. Would you say that this game controls better or worse than the anti-gravity level in Rugrats, The Search for Reptar?
That's a deep question. That's a really deep. I didn't really think about that.
Would you like to play a game?
You are selected. Yeah. So we wanted to show off other levels, but we didn't feel like playing the entire game because we've got better shit to do. So
Is all Z's an actual?
No, it's
no,
not.
we tried.
We tried that.
Okay.
Lewis was lying.
We're cheaters. Do we care?
Yeah, this game calls you out on it. Like, has the audacity to call you out on cheating and playing through the bad game faster.
So there was one level that we really.
Yeah, there's
wanted.
one level that immediately caught my eye, like that. I think we'll like. What is that? I mean, I want to take a look at that later, but no, I think it's time we finally show a boss fight,
Boss, quote unquote.
in quotes, because to this day I'm still utterly baffled by how the hell did they expect you to find the way to defeat this thing. Basically, it's a boss battle that rides a UFO high above you, and you can't reach it with regular jumps. And you're supposed to use Bubsy's glide, but until then, the game just told you that you can use your gliding on propeller wings to get yourself forward, which is fine. This game expects you to do that with the enemy's gun residue. Like, it shoots a projectile, and that shit that lands on the floor, that multicolored vomit that you see there, apparently creates an upward draft that Bubsy can ride and then bonk it on the head. Well, you know what? The answer probably lies in those equations you see on the wall there. But nobody here is smart. We're too dumb to see Accolade's master plan.
You see, I'd just rather be the boss because then you can do a sick disco party instead of playing Bubsy 3D.
Yeah, but you see. Yeah, but you see, Bubsy 3D was just really ahead of the curve, man. I mean, it took Zelda how many years to do this in Breath of the Wild?
And boss defeated.
That was a boss fight?
That was a boss fight.
It takes you an hour until you realize that you have to updraft on the whatever.
Yeah, that we're expecting you to get hung up on flying over the gun residue.
Yeah,
Which is dumb.
So we didn't record much of Bubsy 3D because we have better things to do with our life.
And you have better things to do.
Yeah. So, but we did want to show off one level which has a crossover which you might not be expecting.
Yeah, I was honestly shocked by this because it caught my eye immediately. It's like, no, we need to do this level immediately now. Or at least spend the first minute on it and die like a dumbass.
So Johnny.
Hello? Oh.
Yeah, did you know that Bubsy and Metal Gear Solid made a crossover together? No, actually they did. It's complete bullshit.
So Johnny, when did you record this?
What's up?
When did you record this?
Like a hotel room. Where did I record this? On a PS3.
No, when?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
How do you feel?
I'll get back to you on that.
How long did it take to refresh this?
A How's it going, man?
All right, I'm wondering, how long till we see you suffer through Super Mario Sunshine in your SGB channel?
That's an actual question. Save it
That's
for
an actual
Q&A.
question. Save it for later. Talk about Bubsy. You're not getting away from this. Talk about Bubsy.
All right. Why are you making us suffer through this?
Because I love you.
And yet I hate you.
Tough love. No.
So that was embarrassing for everybody involved.
What is that thing?
We don't know.
We don't know, but
Do
I
we
stopped to
care?
look at it for a little bit. And there you go. That's the end of our Bubsy 3D Chronicles. We are not sorry.
I am. He is. Yes, why don't we start with you and your question?
All right, one question about Bubsy. Why didn't you let Johnny suffer it live right today? And two, do you have anything?
Shut the hell up.
Okay. We only love you. That's all I have to say. And is there anything big y'all planning, like really big, planning on in the future?
Depends on what you consider big.
Well, we already did Sonic Adventure. That has big in it.
Are you talking about like big, like content-wise, or like big in terms of like notoriety?
Content-wise.
Content-wise? We're doing Mass Effect right now. That's pretty big.
So there you go.
100 parts later.
Pokemon Red, what? Now, first thing I want to talk about, now for the Bubsy, why did I somehow design the level for the third level? Because it's, as you saw, the purple and yellow blocks almost exactly my
It's okay, the
color.
Bubsy 3D commentary is over.
No, that's all right. Now, first off, I'd like to announce to everyone that. What are you doing?
Are you proposing?
I mean, I know we love you, but not that much.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. All right. Now, I want to ask, Donnie, when are you ever going to review Mario Kart?
Never.
You go around in a circle 3 times.
Okay.
But I guess in Super Mario Kart's case 5.
Okay, since it's pretty obvious that y'all
Speak up to that, okay,
sorry. Because it's pretty obvious that you guys will be doing a commentary of Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces, because of course, because you're all Sonic fans and all that.
Yeah.
But here's a more interesting question.
Hold on a second. Zordon's contacting one of the Power Rangers.
Okay.
Is it important?
Probably not.
Okay, probably not, yeah.
Anyway, the more important question is, will there be a BrainScratch commentary of Big's Big Fishing Adventure 3?
Why the hell wouldn't there be?
I mean, we're just here with Matt yesterday, so.
Yeah, I think it's only appropriate that we do a commentary over that. What I'm hoping is actually a great game.
Can you get Matt as a guest?
Yeah, I mean, if he
I don't
wants
see
to,
why not.
If he wants to join, we don't assume anything. That's why. You know?
He did say he was interested, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Thank you for answering that question for him. I'd rather just ask Matt himself, though. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, don't see why.
Yeah.
Hi.
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 What, DC? What? You come here every year.
By the way, I don't think that's a real Master Sword. There's no way in hell the Joker would ever be wielding that shit. Your hand should be just catching on fire right now. What's up, DJ?
You probably posted already, I forget if you did on Twitter or something, about like too many games. Are there any other like conventions you guys are planning on going to sometime in the future, like MagFest or?
Well, individually we'll be going to our respective cons, whatever we feel like. Just as far as the groups go, it's just this and too many games this year.
Yeah. Personally, I try to go to Anime Boston and PAX East in town. Louis, do you try? Are there any cons near you try to go to ever?
Nope.
Okay.
Jersey Con.
Yeah, but in terms of like being able to meet up all together, it's usually too many games in Momocon, and that's about it. We would love to do more if you know anybody, let us know.
Yeah, if you want your con to host us, let them know and see if they can work something out with us.
Yeah, that's generally how I win. By the cons that people get recommended enough, you put the emails in. Yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Here's $5. No, you're not getting $5. Besides TMG, I think that might be it. I tentatively might be going to that Sonic Fan Jam here actually in November. That depends if scheduling is right, because that's also pretty close after Actualized Game Day, which wipes me out completely after it's all said and done. But you know, it's
Just sleep on the plane.
No.
You know what's interesting about BSC 3D? It ties in with my question. That if you gave that game like a few like musical like touch-ups and a few more like atmospheric pieces, I was about to say it could like you know, be like up there with like some no, I won't say up there, but it could probably pass as like a released on Steam artsy game. Without like the graphics as an aesthetic, with the graphics as like a certain style, you can see.
This is a comment, not a question.
Well, I mean, there's not being. I mean, if you honest to God think that, then I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like you're getting a lot of benefit.
I wasn't gonna say it was up for quality. I could say it could pass as like one of those like wannabe artsy.
Well, to me, being passable requires some degree of quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the way I think of it.
So my actual question is, how do you feel about games that are trying to like have like a message to them, have like a certain like feel, like an atmosphere, and like sort of like trying to like dwell like into what they're like say they got they're trying to be artsy, but the gameplay, well, not, you know, you wouldn't say it's like awful or bad or anything. It's a different experience what you're used to, and you know, you're not really used to it at first. How do you feel about games? So basically, cause I've seen you talk about Undertale's like Genocide Run, and how you say it's like, you think the message is a bit too much driven home because of the gameplay. You think it's like lacking. You shouldn't have like lacking gameplay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the game being, well, for lack of a better word, artsy. If it has a
look at
message,
Nico.
yeah. If it has a message it wants to convey, by all means. But there is something called subtlety. You know, if you have about as much subtlety as a sledgehammer to the face, then that annoys me. And if you do that by hampering gameplay, then that's a problem with me.
It's really all about execution because, you know, again, we're going to just say artsy for lack of a better word, but a lot of like, if you go to an art like a college film festival or something like that, you know what you're getting into. You're not expecting to see the Avengers. You're expecting to see an artsy college film student kind of movie. So in that sort of sense, if you download an artsy game on Steam, you know that you're not necessarily playing it for fun. Like, it could be fun, but it might be trying to do something else, and that's why you're playing it. So yeah, like, again, like if you're trying to, it tends to more hamper games that tend to be a broader appeal, but if it's like trying to be, again, for lack of a better word, a game that's very clearly trying to be artsy, like I guess the best example I can think of is Gone Home. Like, that game is clearly not trying to be like any sort of kind of mainstream game. It just kind of became big because it got reviewed well. So it's more about what the game's trying to do for me than like if the game's trying to be more about its message and less about the gameplay, then I'm going to review it as such. If the game is like if the game's like a 2D Galaga style shooter and then it starts sprouting like artsy
Why
stuff,
must Reploids buy?
and then that starts getting in the way of me wanting to shoot things, then that's when I get annoyed, basically.
Well, like, what's your favorite like artsy game that we can say?
Well, let's see. I think Lewis has something to say about it.
Now, I was just gonna say, it's possible to do something well without necessarily being subtle, but if you're gonna go that route, then you better damn well be careful, and that's all.
Yeah. You said favorite artsy game. We actually did a commentary on this a while ago, but Ebe. It's a horror game. I believe it's still free, and it's very gripping. I would highly recommend it.
Shadow of the Colossus, really.
Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus is probably up there with me as well, if only because it has a phenomenal soundtrack. Thank you. How's it going?
Hi. Speaking of Shadow of the Colossus, I wanted to know what you guys think about it, and if you would ever do like a Let's Play of it.
I mean, I would probably record it at some point. I just have a lot of other things I'd rather do first.
I've never played it. I actually own the, when John lent me his PS3, well, not lent, he sent it to me.
Yeah, I gave it to you.
Yeah, I bought a handful of games for it, one of which was the Ico collection with Shadows of the Colossus. Unfortunately, now that PS3 has stopped reading discs, so even if I was in the mood to play it, I wouldn't be able to any time in the near future. But it's been on my radar for years. I just need to play it.
It's one of those because it's so inherently basic, you're just fighting 16 bosses, that's the entirety of the game. I would probably do more of it as a either backup or kind of, I don't want to say filler game, but something more when we're just trying to transition to something else that might be longer versus it being a big thing on its own for the channel.
Although I believe a game like that could spark, I think, a healthy amount of philosophical discussion between us four if we all experienced it. But to me, Shadow of the Colossus is one of those rare games where I believe, even though it is breathtaking for what it managed to achieve with PlayStation 2 limitations, that game is defined by its soundtrack. Because if you think about it, if you play Shadow of the Colossus without the music, it's just not the same. Because I remember, it was a couple of years ago, we were helping Anton for Hellfire Commentary. He did a Shadow of the Colossus playthrough, and that finally gave me an excuse to play the game. I never played Shadow of the Colossus before then, and I ended up marathoning the entire thing in about like 8 to 10 hours because I couldn't get enough of the music, and how it combined so well with finding out the strategy for taking down this particular Colossus and then watching it fall like crumble bricks. It was very majestic, and I couldn't put it down, all because of the music, which I find amazing for that game. So. I think your original question, whether we're commentating over it soon? At some point.
Yeah, it's definitely something we've considered before. It's just a matter of when, pretty much. So, sometime.
That's your question.
So, considering yesterday, gameplay footage for the Insane Trilogy, 3 Warped was shown off yesterday.
Yeah, we saw the video for
Oh yeah,
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I wanted to know, not just 3 in general, but the whole trilogy itself, especially since Warped Remastered was shown off yesterday. What are all your opinions on the trilogy remastered?
Looks good, I want to play it, so.
Yeah, it's essentially, I mean, it's given at this point, it's a day one buy for me.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, unless they did something really drastic to it, it's Crash 1, 2, and 3 just with better graphics, so.
Yeah, if the cover falls off and it's like Mind Over Mutant again, then I'll feel betrayed.
Yeah.
But they already got my money, so I guess they won.
I hear they adjusted the physics for the motorcycle section of Warped.
If not, I've seen the preview for the Orange Asphalt level, because it wasn't just Tomb Raider. Gone Tomorrow, Orange Asphalt, and I think one of the first medieval levels were revealed. And Orange Asphalt is actually one of the last motorcycle levels in the game. And the player recording it made a shitload of mistakes. That if you played in the original Crash 3, there's no way in hell you're getting first place. But that person got first place anyway. So I don't think, unfortunately, they did anything for the controls, but they made it easier to win. So I guess you're not being frustrated all the time, which I guess is better than nothing. But it's like, yeah, I'm staring on the side of caution for the motorcycle levels. I don't like those at all.
Well, any Crash playthrough, if someone doesn't break all the boxes, it's irritating.
Well, yeah, but don't watch speedruns then. Thanks, Buzz.
Hello.
Oh, so are you going to go for all the platinums if they're in the remix?
Do I get all the platinums if they're in the remix? If they're easier to get, maybe? I mean, it is a thing on my bucket list. I mentioned this before, but I would like at one point in my life to get all the platinum relics from Crash Bandicoot Warped.
Even just the Naughty Dog play?
Even the Naughty Dog times can just eat my ass. I'm sorry. That wasn't very PG.
I mean, I did get all platinums on my PlayStation 1 file, so I don't see why I wouldn't do it again. Ultimately, platformers are my bread and butter.
Pixar didn't happen. I don't hear a no.
My PlayStation is back at home.
That's the Pixar didn't have it. It was like post on Twitter.
When I get home.
You're gonna forget.
Yes, I know.
Oh shit.
But anyway, my question was, you've all mentioned that you all have, that you all know how to edit, so it helps with your videos.
Right.
So what would y'all recommend kind of editing software for anyone who's wanting to learn?
Wanting to learn specifically? Honestly, we all started using Windows Movie Maker, and I know everybody makes fun of Windows Movie Maker, and you should, but editing software is expensive, is the thing. Like the software I use is Sony Movie Studio, which I believe is almost exactly like Vegas. I actually don't know what the differences are.
Vegas is a more full-featured one.
Yeah.
Whereas with Movie Studio, you have to buy all that other stuff as little extra things.
Yeah, but even that was like, I think like 50, 60 bucks when I bought it, and it was on sale. If you want something like Adobe Premiere, you're gonna need to pay a subscription fee, which is like 20 bucks a month. And if you were buying just the program a couple of years ago, it was like 300. So honestly, I would I know we make fun of Movie Maker, but learning how to do, if you're starting, it'll teach you basically everything you need to know. And if you like editing, you like making videos, and it's something you want to keep on doing, then invest in something bigger. Like that's the same sort of thing with general advice I give to people who say that they want to start Let's Plays. I'm like, okay, start with something on an emulator or a PC game that you can record for free, and see if you like it. And if you do, maybe then buy a capture card, because you don't want to spend $150 on a card you use once and then never use again. So that's my advice for that sort of thing.
I'll add that Movie Maker isn't the best for learning. At least it's not since they changed it. It used to.
Oh yeah, the new version's awful.
Yeah. But there are free programs online that you can search for and download and learn that way. But I think Adobe Premiere does have a 1-month trial. Just don't start that trial unless you plan on doing a lot with it in that particular month. You know.
Yeah, but I'm glad we do live in a time now where Premiere is way cheaper and way more accessible than it was previously, because Ted's not lying. Like before then, you need to spend a hefty amount. You were buying the whole program fully, which I guess justified the price in quotes there.
Unless you were living in Australia.
Unless you lived in I don't get that. But now, it is simply, because I paid $50 a month for access to Premiere, After Effects, Flash, Illustrator, and Photoshop. And if this was like 5 years ago or 6 years ago, that's easily over $3,000 in programs alone. So the fact that it's like a monthly, take advantage of that. And again, if you need like help with editing or something, there are countless tutorials on YouTube, Google. That's how I learned. I'm primarily self-taught.
Yeah, if you want to know how to cause a picture, to zoom in on a picture, just Google it.
Yeah, everything is on YouTube and Google. But you gotta have the drive to do it. Just don't ask like random people you see online, like how you do this, how you do that. Not to sound like
it's online.
Yeah, not to sound like a dick, but Google it. Look it up. That's how I learned, so you can learn that way too.
Answer for everything. Google or YouTube it.
Yeah, easy. Thanks, appreciate the question, man.
All right, thank you.
Nice shirt.
Thank you, appreciate it. And it pretty much relates to the question I'm about to ask you, Ryan.
Okay.
A few years back, I found out you were a Chicago Cubs fan, so this question's kind of out of left field, I apologize. So, on that night, during the month of November, when the Cubs won the World Series, what was going through your mind?
It's weird because my dad's been at the same thing longer than I have. We were both then bottom of the eighth, kind of nothing fucking easy when they tied it up in the eighth. So it was kind of
I was watching
it was a massive kind of just kind of general disbelief. It was like, wait, what? We actually won one of these games? So it's hard to really remember because it even today it still doesn't really feel real. So that's just kind of my answer.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't you have Heartless to kill?
Oh, come on, I'm still waiting for 3.
3 years, they said.
Or so.
Sure.
Or so.
5. Okay, good. What's your question?
I want to say I started watching you guys back in 2011 with the Sonic Generations thing. You guys actually got me interested in Sonic again after the whole drought with Sonic 06 and Unleashed for me. So I've been watching since. I want to know, just over the years, how you guys feel like you've developed and gotten better.
I think it's just a matter of understanding ourselves as far as workload goes. We know generally better on how everyone handles their own way of doing things per game, so we know how to schedule around that. We know how to expect how to commentate over things like that. Like, for example, we're doing Mass Effect Lewis, and this is more of an RPG sort of game, so we know we're going to be doing a lot of more sidey things compared to, say, when John did the Generations one back then. So we were much more fast-paced in what we were doing compared to Mass Effect, which we were a bit more tangential or just kind of, I don't want to say more of a whatever attitude, but
relaxed.
Relaxed, yeah.
We just try to avoid burnout.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, because like you can't do like 5 Sonic games in a row because well.
Yeah, it's got TCR.
Yeah. I guess for me the biggest thing that I think in terms of improvement, like other than the video quality and stuff like that, because that's all obvious. At least for me personally, I'm much more comfortable with people now, and
so that's something we'll have to change.
Okay then, that made it ominous. All right. But yeah, you don't have to, I think part of what I realized is I didn't have to try as hard. You don't have to try to make jokes. You just kind of sit back and let it happen, and you're funnier that way than if you like try really hard to be like, okay, at this point I'm gonna say this exact joke is gonna be hilarious. It's generally better when it's more off the cuff, at least for us.
Yeah, I don't remember who really said it, but I'm kind of paraphrasing. You don't tell jokes, you just say something funny, if that makes any sense.
Honestly, yeah, it's just, to me, it's really hard to put into words, because there is definitely a difference between BrainScratch of like 6 years ago compared to BrainScratch of now, and I think it's general workload, and unfortunately, I feel I don't really contribute as much as my end as I used to, if only because, I'm out of all the priorities on YouTube, my main channel takes top priority, and then SGB, and then BSC.
I see.
I'm sorry. But there's one thing I am grateful though is I can't say it enough, is because we all edit here, which makes a substantial difference.
We all edit down here.
Yeah. And some call me Johnny. I'm all alone. SGB. I've only recently gotten Elliot into the editing team, and he's relieved so much of the stress. I can't give that boy enough credit for what he's done to make my Elliot. If you're watching, go to bed. He's 21 years old.
He's in college.
Yeah. But I want to use that extra time that I have to waste on Final Fantasy XIV and ignore BrainScratch entirely. No, but I'm kidding. But I would like to use that time to get back to like more, because I personally love recording games for BrainScratch, because they're so much fun. Like, I can edit the video, we talk together, and like do that shit, and it's such a great time, because I know I'm going to be in for a good time especially when we're talking about a game that everybody's played. Because we can't shut the hell up about it. I go back to our revisited SA2 commentary, where I was a banshee the entire time, just telling Ted to shut the hell up. But I love you.
All right, so
that was weird.
Thank you.
Next.
Hello.
Hi.
So this is a question for Lewis. In the next few God of War games, can the Devil May Cry counter please come back?
Please.
Well, maybe.
That only happened, by the way, because I realized how many times he's bringing up that goddamn game.
To be honest, I probably wouldn't compare the other God of War games to Devil May Cry quite so much, because when God of War 1 came out, Devil May Cry was the thing to compare it to. And that's just where my mind goes when it comes to that specific game. I'm sorry.
I think it might have also had something to do. You were probably playing Devil May Cry around that time or something?
I'm not sure, I don't remember.
Yeah, well, at the very least, you were definitely bringing it up, not just in that, but in other stuff we did, because was it Kirby? Kirby. Yeah, you brought up Devil May Cry, and I had to bring the camera up for that.
So,
yeah.
Oh yeah, and in Shantae.
Yeah, and in Shantae. So, yeah. Okay. All right, well, thank you for your question.
But I like Mega Man X4 more than Devil May Cry.
Got two questions. Got two things. First, one, Ryan, you sound like that guy from that dry ass commercial.
Yes, everyone has said that.
And Stein? Wow, that's old school BrainScratch.
And two, Lewis, why go to Novaria last after you meet the council in Mass Effect 1? That's kind of,
Why go to Novaria last?
Yeah, like after you visit the council, after Vermeer, like why do Novaria? Why not go straight to Islands after that?
Because you don't know where the where the mass relay is until you go to Novaria and get the information from the Arachni Queen. Yeah. It's every main plot mission in that game gives you some piece of information that you need to get to the end game.
And also Johnny.
You said 2, then you went to 3. Yeah, you're gonna have a question for Ted when you stage you ask, what's up?
How exactly did you get started on YouTube? As in, I know you started with the Kingdom Hearts rant, but as far as,
With the camera pointed at the screen.
Yeah.
They all started
Congrats, I was a broke motherfucker, alright?
Yeah, as far as getting to where you are now, how did you, build the momentum up?
Well, I'm not in control of the momentum at all. It just happens. Nobody's in control of their growth unless they're like buying subs, in which case you're a piece of shit. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yes.
Well, I kind of went into this at the beginning of my Sonic Chronicles video, the new one that I did about a month ago, or 2 months, I'm not sure. It was 2008, I was unemployed, was a bit depressed, and I needed something to distract myself, because I had nothing to do besides play video games. Then I was heavily into AVGN at the time, Nostalgia Critic, and I thought, I think I could do that.
You're better
so
than those guys.
I put myself in front of a camera, or a microphone in that case, did a Kingdom Hearts rant, and I just posted it up there, and people listened to it.
I think it's better.
That's
That's
it.
true. I think Jeff
Okay,
is better than
I can do this.
video game.
And then, I mean, I just...
And now here we are.
Yeah, now here I am, these assholes. No problem.
Hey, I've been watching you guys for like a long time. I'm really liking both the Pikmin playthrough, the Mass Effect playthrough, really enjoying those. Johnny, you really got me into Metroid with your enthusiasm over the years, so I'm really into that series now. And my question has to do with that. So, other M, when
God. Everyone else saw that fly that just buzzed around your way.
Yeah. Don't try to change the subject.
I can see it, it's right there. You see it.
What's the question about it?
When does the other end playthrough happen?
For BrainScratch specifically?
It has to happen.
It's this year. It's not my next
You can't take that back.
It's not my next game, but it's this year.
You can't take that
Because my
back.
next, I was going to do it anyway. Because my next game for BrainScratch is Great Friends of Musashi. I want to do 100% of that game and just get you guys into that, because to me it's like one of my definitive cult classic PS1 games in the end.
I can go to sleep well tonight knowing that that's coming.
It'll be uploaded.
You have very low standards.
It'll be uploaded at 11:59 p.m. 59 seconds on December 31st.
So I recall watching the whole Sun and Moon thing. What are your favorite Pokemon since then? Like
In Gen 7 specifically?
Yes.
Oh,
So just Gen 7 only Pokemon. Okay.
I would say probably Rock Representing too, I guess.
Sarina's really cool. I liked her a lot. Oh God, I'm blanking. Primarina's awesome. I like most of the Pokemon in Sun and Moon. Yeah, I like most of them pretty much. There are very few that I dislike greatly. So I'm going to be kind of boring and say that most of them are pretty good, but I have very few favorites that would enter my top 10 Pokemon of all time, I guess. Does that make sense?
At the risk of copping out, Alolan Raichu. Because I know it's based off of a Gen 1 Pokemon, but it's Alolan exclusive. That counts. Shut up. Is that it? Thank you for your question.
Protagonist. Protagonist, I have a question for you. Yeah.
Well, just hypothetically, say some gangsters just in my fly girl. What do you feel like do in response?
Just give him one of these.
He actually fucking did it. Give that man a round of applause.
All right, now I know you wanted to ask a question, but you're tired. Go to sleep.
Still better than Teddy.
I actually wanted to ask, it's actually funny because last year I asked about movie commentaries,
and I'm very happy to see that they're coming back. And I was just kind of wondering, I think the last one you uploaded was...
We uploaded Kingslave today.
Oh, you did?
Yes. What did we upload last week?
Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park?
World's Strongest.
World's Strongest,
yeah. Is there going to be any more after that? Like just one more?
We have 2 more.
Well, not yet. It's a matter of we do have things to do. So we try to do them when we have enough downtime.
We will say that we do have 2, well, technically 1 movie and something that essentially kind of counts as a movie commentary but isn't a movie. It'll make sense when you see it. We do have more stuff planned and we would like to do them more in the future, but as Ryan said, we movie, the Dragon Quest IV, Dragon Quest V on the Nintendo DS.
Nobody plays those.
Especially not me.
I do.
Let's see. Well, my favorite JRPG is Persona 5.
I didn't see that coming.
My protagonist. But my favorite Western RPG, which I can never categorize them in the same list. They're 2 different in terms of design priority. I would say at this point, it's hard to say. There are so many good ones. Just pulling one out of the hat based on my mood right now, Fallout New Vegas.
Okay, so we do only have 5 minutes left, so we would like to take as many questions as possible, but we'll try to keep them, we're going to need to try to keep it brief.
I would say just to answer that question real quickly on my end, that's a loaded question.
Is that an answer?
No, I should. It's only right. Wow, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy VII. I mean, would it be? Okay, I know it's kind of a different genre altogether, but I put a fuckload of time in Final Fantasy XIV.
It's called an MMORPG.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, but the MMO means a lot. I put a lot of time into it. Like when I did the video real quickly, I had about 40 hours total on the podcast. I'm now at close to 1,500 hours in that game. And yeah, it's truly, it's so beautiful. it's great.
Alright, so next question.
Next question, what's up?
Alright, are there any games you wanted to do for the channel, but you didn't end up doing them because of scheduling problems or technical difficulties or some other reason?
Must we bring up the old Devil May Cry 4 again?
To be fair, that wasn't years ago though.
Mario Party 1.
It still counts.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, we're better than that now, sort of.
Trauma Team. I recorded Trauma Team, and it was like 64 30-minute parts each. So it's basically a Mass Effect.
There's no action because it's Trauma Team.
Yeah.
You want to see someone send a tour for the 50th time in part 30?
Sure. No, you don't. Stop lying.
I'd watch it.
Where are you?
Alright, how you doing, guys? Johnny ran into you yesterday as well.
Hey, how's it going?
Nice to see you again. So, a few things. I'm going to try to keep it quick. With Vanquish being re-released on Steam, do you guys have any plans to play that or review it?
Well, I haven't had a chance to play Vanquish yet, and seeing it on Steam makes me giddy. But I don't even know if my computer will run it yet, so I guess it depends on that. But I really do want to play it.
I haven't played it yet.
I haven't even heard of it until you just mentioned it.
It is fantastic. Platinum game. You like that? I know you like Bayonetta.
Okay, it's fine. All right.
Yeah.
I'm already giving it a high score.
That's pretty biased. That's pretty biased.
It's a third person.
Another game. I don't know if you guys, you may have heard of it. Earth Defense Force 4.1. These guys seem to know it. It's easily one of the greatest games I've ever played.
Is it a shooter?
Yeah.
Is it like a space shooter or something?
No. It's you defend the Earth from giant insects.
Oh, because that was the name of a Super Nintendo game a long time ago. It's called Earth Defense Force, EDF.
It is.
Was this on PlayStation Plus recently?
Maybe.
Yes, it was.
Yeah? Okay, yeah, I thought I was thinking of the same game.
It's
Why is this?
Yeah, I haven't played it.
Why is this microphone? What is it? My other microphone died.
That's why you have 2 microphones.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday, but definitely for BrainScratch because it's co-op, so it'd be perfect for that. But I guess the most substantive question I had was for Johnny. After watching your videos for years, right, and you have so many Sonic videos.
You're not getting your time back.
I think it was time well spent. I enjoyed it. Have you ever been approached by Sega to have like a design input on coming games?
No.
Okay.
And
Maybe we need to make a petition going.
And if they did, I would decline it because I look, I know what I want in a Sonic game, but designing it is an entirely different thing. You know, just because I critique games does not make me look.
To be fair, Sega asked everybody to input their own design.
Sonic Force this holiday season.
That's how we got Shadow.
Yeah. No, I've never been approached by Sega or anything like that. Just a guy doing what he does best. Bullshit.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Hi, my quick question would just be, have any of you guys played Nier Automata yet?
I have the game on the PS4 now.
Too much of a backlog for me.
I'm hoping to play it next month. We'll see.
I don't own a PS4, so
Alright, just...
It's on Steam.
my computer can't run that.
But bugs.
Hello. Alright, for Johnny, and this was asked earlier, please tell me you're 100% Sunshine for SGB, please.
Of course I fucking am.
Oh god.
I don't think nobody else would expect anything less than SGB for Sunshine.
Next year, promise us, please.
Okay.
Because we already give you a break from 64, alright?
No, that's fine.
Okay, so it's 11:59 right now, so do we have one
10:59.
Oh, whatever. Oh, whoa, we went on an hour over, shit. So we only have time for like one or two more questions, so.
Okay, just ask this really quickly. Just for all of you, whenever you go to a convention, is there any like tradition or something that you seem to do whenever you go to a convention? Because like whenever I go to a convention, I usually try to get like an art commission from an artist, just because it's something I like to do. So is there anything that you guys do whenever you always go to a convention?
Not really, no. It just kind of depends on.
No, bullshit. We play Mario Party.
Chaos round.
I don't know that we might go to.
Play Mario Party, yeah.
Okay.
Not really. Every con I go to, I try to do different things, basically. Like, so I can't say that I really have a tradition necessarily. I guess I try to spend time with people, but that's not. I wouldn't really call that a tradition. I guess that's just part of the experience. So.
I have a tradition. I look for a copy of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and lament how little money I have.
Deep cuts. Okay, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I have to call a wrap. If I can get one favor from all of you, everyone just come around here to the center of the stage here.
On my cue, everybody go crazy!